Good morning. I'm Islip Town Supervisor Angie Carpenter, and we are here this morning on this chilly, beautiful autumn day on quite a happy occasion for a lot of people in the neighborhood here. We are at the site of a demolition at 156 Grant Avenue. And this morning I'm joined by Councilman Jim O'Connor, actually John DeSilva, who is a neighbor. Thank you for joining us. Our Commissioner of Public Safety, Tony D'Amico, Deputy Commissioner Tony Prudenti, Commissioner of Parks and DPW Tom Owens, and our Chief Fire Marshal Bob Doucette. And it's kind of interesting. This goes back quite a number of years, unfortunately. It's been vacant, according to our records, as far back as 2003 and has been secured and entirely fenced in. Over the years, as is the case with any structure that is not maintained, it suffered structural damage due to water intrusion and a general lack of maintenance. An investigation also revealed that the taxes had been in arrears since 1991. The county, which would normally seize properties that do not pay taxes, refused to take possession of the property. And several attempts were made to notify the owner of record, but all were unsuccessful. Then in May of 16, because the town, and I thank Councilman O'Connor, he along with my colleagues on the town board have been really in an aggressive mode to try to rid our neighborhoods of these derelict properties. And this is not a normal kind of neighborhood. You don't have homes around here, but there are homes in close proximity. There's a very lovely condo development. And the train station, the train is nearby. Trains go by here all the time. It's the entrance to our downtown. Town Hall is down the road a piece. So it just sends the wrong kind of message for what our town is all about. So we finally, in May of 16, after receiving additional complaints about the condition of the dwelling, and Mr. DeSilva has been very vigilant in giving us those updates, the Fire Marshal's office conducted another inspection of the property. And it's interesting, too, Chief Fire Marshal Doucette's here. He's been with us since 2007, and this was one of the first places he visited as a new fire marshal. So I think he shares in our joy today that this derelict parcel is finally coming down. It has deteriorated. There was a partial collapse. So we finally were able to go in there and do what we needed to do. It was placarded. And there's a very exacting process that you have to go through once the demolition request is put in with the town attorney's office to begin the process. But even at that juncture, we hit another stumbling block, and it was extreme vegetation that had to all be removed so that they could get in to gain access in order to complete the unsafe structure report. So we were able to determine everything that needed to be determined to finally get to this point today. So I am very, very grateful for everyone's help and support in getting us here today, and just so sorry that it had to take so many years, especially for Mr. DeSilva, who has lived down the block for 15 years. So, Councilman O'Connor, would you care to say a few words?
Thank you. So I guess I'm still technically the new guy. I guess anytime, isn't it right, the first year you're still in your honeymoon? So I'm still the new councilman on the town board. And this is the second one of these that I've come to. And it is an important day for the community because they have to live with these eyesores and these derelict properties, and it's not fair to the rest of the community. And yet at the same time, it's a little bit melancholy because you sit here and you see something that needs to be done and has to be done, but feeling a little bit nostalgic, I look at this structure behind me and I think back of probably what it was, and it was once probably somebody's home with where they raised their children and their children played here. And it's a shame that properties have to fall into this sort of disrepair and neglect. But when they do, it's good to know that the town will step forward and take steps to protect the rest of the community, because that's important as well. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to support the effort. And it is, as I say, a joyous occasion for some, but I do feel a little bit melancholy by the fact that we're doing it because we have to do it. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Councilman O'Connor. And I'd like to ask Mr. De Silva to come forward and share a little bit of the history, having been here 15 years now. John?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. So yeah, today is a very joyous and occasion moment. It's like our early Christmas. For 15 years, I've been bugging these guys. What are you going to do? What's happening here? It's an eyesore. It's dilapidated. And I'm very happy just to see it come down.
At the very least, today we can, at the end of the day, this will be down, and people driving by, coming into our town, won't be facing this awful eyesore. And it's a especially meaningful day for us here in the town of Islip, because on November 29th in 1683, 335 years ago, the town of Islip was born, so to speak. The land was purchased. So later today, we're going to be celebrating our birthday year, kicking off with a little bit of a parade around Town Hall with our Brentwood High School marching band and some other notables that will be there. So we're really excited about this particular day in history for the town of Islip. Again, an unsafe structure is coming down. We thank everyone, Public Safety, Parks, Public Works, for all of their efforts in helping getting us here today. And to the company that's doing the work, go on. Thank you so much.